So this is going to be the existing outdoor condenser unit that we have. It's the older refrigerant, and this guy's just been, it's been a tank for him in all honesty. It's lasted about 30 years, so got a great life out of this guy. You got the existing line set running underneath here, as well as the conduit that you can see for the electrical. It runs underneath the deck and then fishes up and over, and then basically follows, there you go, there you can see it better, follows this and goes straight through. We also have the ABS for the fresh air and exhaust right here for you guys, which we should be able to use. I've already asked for permission as long as everything's looking good. There's no issues with holding pressure, no leaks in the lines or anything like that. We're good to use that. And then same here, this is the old school refrigerant, so I just want to make sure everything's flushed out. Looks like a small line set too. So I'm going to order probably a 30-foot line set should do for this setup for you guys, just to cover everything in here. So if you guys need to use that, you can. Should be not too bad of access. Let me see. So the system is going to be right over here, but it just goes directly in here. You may need to cut some of the drywall if we have to redo this, and then just seal everything up, of course, as well once everything's done. But that's a better look at both of these for you guys. And then let me show you guys the furnace and everything as well. Okay, so this is the existing setup that we have for the furnace and the AC coil. So, and he mentioned that there's some old stuff behind the system that we just want to take out. If there's any old stuff from an older furnace or AC, if there's anything back there, if we can just kind of clean it up for him, take it out. He mentioned that there's probably a tank, and we kind of looked behind the system as best I could with my camera on my phone to go behind here and here, and also right here. And if you look over here, you're going to see what looks like kind of an older vent, more or less for a dryer, like a dryer vent, or possibly an old exhaust for it. And that's, I think that's what he's meaning by just wanting to get that all cleaned out and just remove it. And if we can do that for him, that would be great. But just do an inspection. I prefer you guys bringing him down and showing him after we remove all of this, so he can see what's behind there and just make sure this is what he was looking for. Because he mentioned a tank, and I was thinking, like, you know, a tank like this, or maybe something like a really old system. But just make sure that he's on the same page with us as we go throughout this. I want to make sure that we're that way, or everyone's on the same page, so that way he'll be satisfied with everything that we do. Okay, so this is something I want to address as well. So preferably keeping this 17.5 wide cabinet. If we can just do a 17.5 wide all the way through, that would probably be preferred, instead of doing this, then shrinking and then expanding up top. That'd probably be preferred. But just check the static pressure on it too, see if it'll make any issues with the system or not. We also have a filter rack right in between here, which I'm not a big fan of. It's not sealed. They have a lot of dust that they're mentioning, and these look like washable filters that they have, so I know it's not doing a good job for them to begin with. So if we can just put in preferably a base can, that way we can kind of get rid of this section right here. Also get you guys probably a plenum for it that you guys can either cut down, or a buildable or pre-built base can for you guys to work with. Kind of clean all this up, make sure it looks a lot nicer, and we can actually adjust this kind of over and down to kind of shorten it up. That way it's not sticking so far out, and kind of more match it with this duct work where that's at. I think that would overall just clean it up a lot nicer for him. And we got 2-inch ABS on this left side. We have the electrical and everything right here. The gas for this system is going to be coming in right in between the water softener tank right here. It's an old shut-off. I probably want to get a new one of that, or get a new shut-off, so everything's a lot nicer, and then we can probably flex to the inside. That's what I'm thinking. But cold air return's rather small. It's an 8 by about 24, so, or 25 in the cold air return. They have about 3 cold air returns, or 4 cold air returns, about 2, one upstairs in the alleyway that you guys will see, one down in the stairway. We got another one down here, or 2 down here I believe that's it for cold air returns, but feels comfortable overall for him. It's a walkout basement, so just keep all that in mind. And that's pretty much everything that we got here, guys. So